Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing these pink quartz with some white cutouts and foil butterflies. So I'm starting off on the pink kit with Snow White and doing my cutouts, should I say, on the free edge. So I'm doing that on an angle going down one side of that nail, and I'm going to do the same on the middle. So I'm just applying that bead of Snow White and then just pulling that down one side and then just tidying that up with a brush. So once I've done that, I'm going to go in now with cashmere. So I'm going to fill in the rest of this nail on the little finger with cashmere. So I'm just tidying that cuticle area and then just pulling that down. So I didn't have enough there, so I'm just going to get a small bead and fill in that gap between the white and the colour, and then just use my brush just to tidy that line up so it's nice and straight. You could go in and file that, but most of the time you can get that nice and straight with your brush, so there's no need to file or do anything like that. So I'm just picking up another small bead because there was a little patch there that were a bit see-through, so I just want to make sure that that is fully covered. And then I am going to move on to this ring finger again. So I did use quite a lot of colours in this set, so I'm going back in now with cashmere near that cuticle, and then I'm going in with cashmere blushed and Snow White and marbling them to give it like a pink quartz look. Oh, and there's a more in there as well. I've used a few beads of a more in there. So I'm just going to blend all them together. Again, just use my brush just to tidy that line up so that white and the marble are separate and nice and neat. And then I'm just going to go over the top with the really thin bead of blushed just to tone that white down a little bit. So moving on to the ring finger now. So I'm going in now with Millionaire, which is a rose gold acrylic glitter from CJP as well. So this is really chunky, and I think I've done this before. I should have gone in with either a coloured first or a fine glitter, because this is a sod to push round and get all them gaps filled in. It is doable obviously, but it's a lot more messing about, so if you're going to use this colour or a chunky glitter, I would go with a base underneath that first. That would make life so much easier, but I don't like making myself anything easy for myself, should I say. But there is some really big pieces in this one. It looks gorgeous when it's done, but it is you've got to have a bit of patience when you're doing this part. Okay, so now on to the pointer finger. So I am going in there with Snow White, and I'm going to do a little cut out at the cuticle area. So I'm just applying that, and then I'm just going to swipe that into a line. So I'll just make sure that that cuticle area is neat, and then just use my brush just to neaten that line up. So I did put a bit too much on, so I'm just going to take this craft knife and just do that a little bit thinner. If you're going to use one of these craft knives on some nails, I would blunt that on a file first so that it's not like razor sharp. Don't want to cut your client, so that is what I do when I use these. They have been blunted with an old file. And I'm still not used to this hand yet. It's the tips just won't stay in. I've glued them, I've done all sorts, so I am just going to try and work with this. Okay, so I'm going to go in now with cashmere again and just butt that up to that line. So on this nail I just want 100% what we're going to do with this. That's why I did smaller beads. So I decided to do the cashmere flush up to that line. Make sure that's neat, and then go in with that millionaire on the free edge like an ombre. So on this thumb I cannot remember what I was doing, but that is cashmere. So I'm just making sure that cuticle's nice and neat, and then I'm gonna pat and pull that down that nail. I think it was an ombre on the tip, right on the tip, to be honest, if I can remember right. Yeah, so I'm just going in there with Snow White and just blending that up, and then just bring that remainder down that tip. And then just a little bit more of that millionaire glitter. So you can see the size of the pieces that I've just put on there. That's what makes it so much harder to work with chunky glitters. But once you've got it on, the chunky glitters look amazing. Right, so I've just blended that up slightly, and I'm just checking to see if there's what else I want to do on these, and I decided against putting out because I think there's enough going on with these, and I have got the butterflies to put on yet. So I am just going to show you capping the glitter nail for a change, because I always do the glitters slightly different. So I'm going to pick up a wet bead, place that near that cuticle, and then just swipe that down. It's like you're not painting it, it's like you want it to be thin enough to sink in to all them glitter pieces. So I like to do that first and get that all covered, and then go in with your structure beads. So I'm going to go in with a cuticle bead and build that apex up. And then put one on that tip. So I do as normal, go in and cap the rest of these nails and file this, especially on this hand. I have not filed on this hand yet because it's hard enough just putting your design on these hands. So I couldn't imagine trying to file it, and I do think it'd damage the cuticles on this anyway. So I am going to file this off camera and then I'll be back. Okay. So I've filed them, cleaned them all up, and I am going to put some foils on these. So I have a lot of trouble with the foil glue, not the foil glue, the foil gel. So I'm going to do it old school and use the glue adhesive. So when you put this on, you can see it's like a lovely luminous purpley colour. So once you put that on, you have now got to wait till that goes clear before you can put your foils on. So as you can see, that has all gone clear. So I'm gonna just show you putting one foil on, because again, you've seen me do foils before. So I've put that on and I'm just gonna press that and rub that into place. So if you peel it off a little bit and it's not tucked properly, put it back and then peel it off. Okay, so I've done the butterflies on the ring and one on the thumb as well. So to seal that all in now and to make these nails nice and shiny, I am going to top coat them and just add a few stones on the join on this white line. God, I'm rambling today. So I'm just going to flash cure that so that doesn't move while I top coat the rest. So I'm just going to add a few crystals around that cuticle as well on this one. Again, I don't think it needs a lot of crystals on this because the glitter is so shiny. So again, I'm going to just apply them around that cuticle. I think they'll be alright, so I'm just going to quickly top coat the pointer finger and the thumb. Then I will bang that under the light for a full minute, and that will be this set done, guys. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.